What I'm saying is that this conflict should be resolved. Uh, but how it is resolved, that the two countries have to talk about it. There have been, I think, numerous rounds of talks on this issue. The last round of talks was only about a year and a half back, where the Secretaries of Defense met in India and they talked about it. Sometimes we get close to the resolution and again there are issues which we can't resolve. And issues we must resolve. Like I said in Urdu also, that peaceful coexistence between the two neighbors is very important, so that we can, everybody can concentrate on the well-being of the people. That's important. We in the army understand very well that there should be a very good balance between defense and development. You cannot keep spending on defense alone and forget about the development, because ultimately the security of a country is when not only that you secure the boundaries, borders physically, but it is when the people who are living in the country, they are happy, their needs are being met, then that, only in that case a country is truly secure. And we understand this. It is comprehensive security, nation security concept that we understand very well. So therefore we like to spend less on defense, definitely. That is, any country should do the same way. And more focus should be on the welfare of the people. That is, of course, there is no disagreement on this. But what the army has to do has to be done. And this is our duty, we are doing it. And we'll continue doing it regardless of the cost, in terms of money or in terms of sacrifices that we have to give. So there should be no doubt that is what the army is meant to do. So therefore we will do our duty. And no cost or no reversals will ever deter us from doing that. That's what the army is meant to do.
General, may I ask, what would you say to those here in Pakistan who are saying that the troops should not be left there anymore, that the sacrifice is too great and that this is a frozen, useless battlefield?
No, I said that. But you see, it can't happen. Some people have said that both sides should just simply withdraw from here. Both sides, troops must withdraw. But then, of course, they're sitting there for some reason. But why they're sitting there since 1984? There's a reason for it. And that reason was not Pakistan, why it happened. So therefore, for us, Pakistan, it is very important. Environmentally, it's very important. You see, this is a glacier which feeds our rivers, which feeds the Indus River, which is the main river in Pakistan. So we understand if the physical deployment of troops in these areas, and the glaciers get affected, environment get affected, ultimately it is going to affect river Indus adversely. And we understand water is very important, and water management is very important. So I think more than any other country, I think we'll be interested that this area should not be manned. It should remain a glacier. This is a glaciated area. It does not affect only our Indus River. It affects the environment of this region, and it affects in some ways the environment of the world. If there's no other reason, I think this is one good enough reason that this area should not be militarized. You can't afford to be firing guns in the glaciated regions. We understand that. But we are there since '84, not because we wanted to be there. It was because of the Indian troops that came here. So we'd like to resolve this, but there's a method of resolution. And of course, we have talked about it. There have been a number of rounds of negotiations. And hopefully, we should be able to resolve, and I think we should resolve.
सर मियां साहब ने जो कहा एक तरफा पहल करनी चाहिए उसके लिए क्या लॉजिक है कि इनके 1984 से यहाँ पर आके बैठे सर मियां साहब ने जो पहल करने का कहा है क्या पहल कर सकते हैं
Let me not comment on what Mian Sahib has said. I think that's his opinion. I don't want to get into this discussion. But sir, thank you very much.
Are you optimistic that anybody will be found at all? Because it's been quite a few days and hope may be running out.
It's more than a week. You see, we are making all efforts. We'll continue to make all efforts. Whether it takes 10 days or 10 months or if it takes 3 years, we're not going to give up this. If we have to dig out this mountain, we'll dig it out. Because, you see, life and death, you understand our belief. Of course, we pray for miracles, and we'll not give up unless at least we recover. And only once we have recovered and we made all efforts, and it's not time bound. I've told my troops when they're in session, whether it takes 6 months or it takes 6 years, we're not going to give up on this. That's very important. The families should know exactly what has happened. But of course, I agree what you're saying as the time is passing. But then, of course, one should hope for the best. We hope for the best.
What would you say about the help from the international community? Is there anything more that they could have done?
I think I would like to avail this opportunity to thank international community. I think they were very forthcoming, and any country that they could do anything, they have come to help us. Must have seen various countries that have come here. They've come with the equipment and all that thing. But unfortunately, the experience in the Western countries of an avalanche, that's the purely snow avalanche, and this kind of landslide is totally different. They brought the equipment, but some of that equipment does not even function in this environment. It's meant for snow and all that thing. So they have done their best. They brought whatever they could bring. They've tried to help us. And at least that has helped us to focus on the areas that we have to explore if somebody has survived or anything else. They have helped us, and I think we should be grateful to them. They have done their best. And this is the technology that they had. They brought our technology.
So with 129 of your troops who are languishing under what we now are told is 200 feet of ice and rock, is that price too high for you at this point?
Too high in what way?
Is it just too high? Does it make sense to remain in a place that is that treacherous and that presents such atrocious conditions?
What you have visited, this is a little over 14,000 feet. Our highest post in this area is more than 22,000 feet, which you today man, 20,000 feet. And to be exact, 22,300 feet is the highest port that we man, and our soldiers sit there without oxygen and without anything else. But that is the job that a soldier has to do, right? And of course, it is for the leadership, both military and the political, to find a resolution. The soldier, this is a duty to defend the country, so he's sitting there regardless of the hardships. You would not have heard somebody sitting on 22,300 feet without oxygen and without any proper heating arrangement, and they've endured it for a number of years. That's his job, that he'll continue to do. That's my job, I'll continue to do that. But of course we hope and we wish that the issue is resolved so that both the countries don't have to pay that cost. They don't have to pay the price. That's the hope. Thank you very much.